Today's episode is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. Just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com, that's Organifi.com, to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's happening? What up, y'all?
And Dr. Douglas. Where in the world is he, Thomas? What's going on? I don't know if he's in Dallas. I don't know if he's in Cali. I don't know if he's in Florida.
I was in Dallas. I'm actually with Mickey Mouse now, trying to get a night some ears. So
Did y'all back at Disney?
They're back at Disney. This is my last week school. This is the last week of school. So I'm back with the babies, wrapping it up, trying to get them settled. And my big thing, is the summer, man. I don't know. I'm sure you like me. You get kick-started probably in late December, and then you get out in June, and then you be ready to, call it quits, and you got to start all over again, in September. So I'm hoping the babies this summer, we can get them going in the summer, get them a summer plan.
Man, one of the biggest blessings in my life is knowing I never had to go back to school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
when
real.
you got your when we got our PhD, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
No doubt. That's
When
it.
we
They
got
didn't
our
know where else to go.
I just felt so relieved. I'm like, yeah, he got the PhD
This
for
is
everybody.
it. No more school.
Man. So, it's. I'm glad you traveling the world. I got a chance to be embraced by the travel schedule, and that's how you know E's still the boss. For anybody out there who thought, maybe C and E they like co-workers or whatever.
Right.
That's how you know E's still the boss. He called me. I don't even know why he was up. Called me like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. Was like, yo, I'm coming into Atlanta. We'll be there at 9 a.m. Going to scoop us up. We'll be at Delta Terminal. I'm like, what? I was like, all right, cool. So picked him up. We hit the radio station, did some promo. I had a whole day planned. I had clients. I had everything going on and had to shut it. He was like, shut it down. And then we ended up hitting Busy B.
Busy.
And, I turned E loose on Busy B. Oh, Diddy was gig. That Busy B. Shout out to Busy B. If you ever come down to Atlanta, don't worry about how the neighborhood look, all right? Just go in there and eat and get out, okay?
Yeah, for real.
Just don't stay.
Yeah, Busy
Park
B
backwards,
is a
though.
staple.
Park backwards. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Backwards.
Yeah. You might want to catch an Uber or something. It's not going to be a lot of parking. We just got blessed because it was like a conversion van coming out so I could get the truck in. But, we put in that work at Busy B, man. Matter of fact, I didn't. Go and tell the people what I had, E. Don't play with it.
Oh, a sweet chicken salad.
Yeah, that's it. You see what I'm saying, Carl?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to sexy him out for the summer. You know what
Yes,
the
sir.
new house. The new
bro,
house
it's so
got
hot.
a pool. You know what I'm saying?
It's so hot. I think you
had
can
to shut
sexy him
off quite a
out
bit.
just by walking
Let's
outside.
get it.
Yeah, you know
I
what
think
I'm
you just
saying?
walk outside. See, it was 100 degrees, Carl, when we went. 100 degrees.
Oh yeah, it was 100. Yeah, it's 100. Yeah, no, it's 100. That's what I'm saying. Down here, you got to be in shape. Michigan's like you can wear a hoodie every day. You know what I'm saying? Like even in the summer, it's gonna get down to like 50 by the night. So
I'm just
down
thinking,
here, you're
though,
not as
with that
blessed.
kind of heat, you
at
shouldn't
some
have.
point,
You
you're
live
gonna
in
have to show the
sauna.
chunky
You should
cheeks.
you should be good.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a grown
Michigan
man. You
man.
can only go swimming with a T-shirt on for so long, Carl, before you got to show them what you're working with. You know what I'm saying?
Show them what you're working with.
Yeah, no doubt. So, okay, good. Let me tell y'all why I think I'm the best friend in the world. And I say I'm the best friend in the world because, and you guys will agree with me, I hired a moving company. Okay? So all my friends who been avoiding me for the last 3 weeks because they know I'm moving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you good.
I
Yeah,
ain't
they
heard
good.
no hair, no hide Don't worry, I got a moving company. And I just feel like, for real, I honestly feel like that makes me a great, outstanding friend because I know a bunch of strapping young gentlemen in the Atlanta area, right? Shout out to Jeremy, Willie.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Jers.
Inky
Like, I know a
Johnson.
whole crew of guys, and they may owe me a favor. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying for sure, but they may. And I went on ahead and hired a moving company, man. So again, I am the best friend in the world. Because is there anything worse than moving? I tell people all the time, they ask me to move. I just say no because that's gorilla in me. But I say, but I do have a couple dollars towards the moving company if that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? If that's our barrier to success, is the fact that the moving company gonna run you $1,000 or $2,000. Let me be the first to say I will put in on that. And by put in, I mean pay the whole thing. Especially if I feel obligated like I should be helping you move. Because I'm just saying, you know how it is, you're out of town, you're on the road, you finally get like a weekend with your family back at the crib. It's like somebody like, can you come help me move? It's like, I don't want to be on that, but I'm on that. So I feel like I'm a pretty decent friend. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
I feel like you're gonna get some hate mail. That's somebody gonna say something to you off of that.
About what?
Hey, you know what though? Real quick, man. This morning I had a quick incident, and I just want to say to those of you who are working, do your job. You know what I'm saying? Know your job. Do your job. Know your job.
That's pretty basic advice, eh? Everybody working, do your job.
Do your job. You know what I'm saying? Here's the first part though. For real, and I'm talking to those of you trying to get to the next level in your life. Know your job first, do your job, and then if possible, do it at a high level, right? So this morning, actually, I know why some of you are not insiders now, right? I call
we're not insiders or don't have insiders. I just want to
No. These are people who work in establishments, and you like wondering why I'm not wearing that jacket. You know what I'm saying? Why they never let me wear that jacket. And I walked in yesterday to the hotel here in Orlando. This time I stayed at it's the Omni Resorts at it's a villa at the Champion Gates. And I walk in. And
are you checking out before this podcast come on? Cause
way out.
I was gonna say, but you might have a couple of little people outside.
I got to be in Chicago today, so we good.
Okay, praise God.
But yeah, man, I walk in. My man Dwayne, shout out Dwayne. He sees me. He tells the young lady, I don't know if you know who this is, but not only does he patronize this particular establishment, they do conferences, whatever, with the Omni. This E.T. the hip hop preacher, she was starting to tell me self-parking versus valet. He like, look, first of all, he in the village, so that's self-park. Ain't no valet over there. Second of all, give it to my man for free. I'm like, bet. He was like, E, we got free drinks for you. I came in, he had a sweet card in here with my name on it with the little dessert boy. It's definitely not urban desserts.
What kind of drinks did you have? Just curious.
I didn't get any yet. I didn't get any yet, but he did give me a list. I'll take a picture of it.
Did you get the yak or not?
Yeah. I didn't get no drink yet, but I'll send
I know you love free, E. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no question. I'm going to send it to you, though, and me and you can decide
what does the Bible say about when
get.
somebody put something in front of you and you that guest?
I'm saying he ain't putting nothing in front of me yet, though. But yeah, me and you will decide what I should get. Get a strong drink. And
I got you.
My man was like, yo, anything you need while you here, I got you. I was like, okay, bet. So about 9:30 last night, it hit me. This is why the second string is not, this is why you second string. This is why right here. So I said the second string, he said,
Six man.
He said, what can I do to help you? And I was like, bet. He about to take Dwayne's spot. And I said, I need some batteries. He was like, oh, I don't have no batteries, but the gift shop opens at 7. I was like, cool, 7 o'clock. We on at 7:30. That's great, right? So fortunately, at 6:30, I started a call with Anthony Flynn. For those of you who know anything about our game changers, these are young men who are female up-and-coming speakers, who about to dominate the space. So me and Ant get on. I ain't gonna lie. We got into a pretty good discussion. So it's about 7:09 when I realized, shoot, I gotta hurry up because the podcast about to start. But I don't need 15 minutes because it's right there. So I'm like, Aunt, like 7:15, Aunt, like, thanks for your time, E. Have a great day. I'm like, all right, Aunt, get in the car to go to the little gift shop. And I don't know whose job it is. Look, know your job, do your job. But when I hit my little key on the gate to get out the gate wouldn't open. And I'm like, okay, whose job is this? The gate is I'm out there for 5 minutes, bruh. Like, okay, the gate's not open. I got to be back at 7:30. Hit the please hit this for an assistant. I hit it, no assistant. I'm like, did somebody come to work late? Because I'm hitting the button and I'm not getting an assistant. The door's not opening. Praise God for my man Jose though. He's on the cart driving around.
Welcome
I'm like,
to the
Jose,
life of not having an insider. You know what I'm saying, Carl?
Man.
Back to earth.
You're describing my everyday hotel trip.
Bro.
I'm like, where's the problem? You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on the problem.
Yeah, no, here comes the problem right here. So my man Jose come, he opened the gate for me, the manual boy. So I get to the gift shop. Now listen to me, here's the deal. There's a Publix that's really only a 2-minute drive. Publix is only 2 minutes, but the gift shop is 30 seconds. So I get to the hotel. You know, of course, it's a big hotel. So I go in, get to the gift shop. Gift shop open at 8. I'm like, that's why you're not an insider. You don't know what time it really opens. Know your job, do your job. Know your job, do your job, right? So I go to the front desk. She's like, what you need? I said, some AAA batteries. She said, the gift shop. I said, the gift shop ain't open.
Oh, wow.
She's like, oh, okay. Well, how can I help you? I said, batteries. She said, the gift shop's not open. I'm like, yeah, that's why you're not an insider either. All right, you didn't get it. Went to Publix, of course, got it, came back, everything legit. So I'm just saying, for real, some of you out there.
Oh, you
like,
went to Publix that fast?
Yeah, the Publix right around the corner. Yeah, Publix right around the corner.
You drove though, or you walked?
Yeah, I drove. No, I drove. And so
I'm saying, because I was talking to you, and I talked to you this morning, and I thought, I thought you was at the hotel, and then you hit back.
I was at the hotel because they told me the gift shop opened at 7, but I had to dart to that. I had to dart real quick to that Publix.
Oh, they had your whip right
real.
up front, huh?
Oh yeah, I grabbed the batteries right there. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm saying using my car take about a half hour to get to the front. That's why I was confused. I forgot they left you right up at the top. As soon as you walk out the door, a little red carpet straight to the whip.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm right there. My room is right next to the elevator. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the whip, where they keep it. You know, you valet your whip. They put mine in the dungeon somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where it's at, but somehow it take an hour to get up to me.
I self-park this time because I'm in the villa. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the villas. They don't have they don't have one. So, or they do have a shuttle, but I'm like, by the time I get a shuttle, that's too bougie. I mean, we're going to leave that alone. So, no, I just want to encourage all y'all out there. I'm being for real. You are so focused on a raise, you're so focused on making 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it is, that you don't even know what your job is. And then if you know what it is, a lot of you just aren't doing it to the highest level. And it doesn't take a lot to say the gift shop opens at 8, but you don't know what time it opens because that's not a part, you don't see that as a part of your job. Even though you pass the gift shop every day, you're not really paying attention to that.
Well, was the gift shop, did it have hours on the door? So maybe it was supposed to open, and the gift shop worker was the one tripping.
It said
the holiday weekend set it off. The holiday weekend messed everybody up.
You might be right. But it did say 8 o'clock right there on the door. As soon as you walk in, it said, it's sunset, gift shop, or sunrise, gift shop opens at 8 o'clock. Let me ask you another
critical question, and this is for both of y'all. Who has higher prices, the hotel gift shops or the airport?
Oh, yeah.
I thought
I was in the airport the other day. I lost my headphones. No, I lost my charge. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't never remember my phone charger. Bruh, phone charger at the airport about $400, bruh. I'm talking about them things is high. I'm like, what in the world? Like, how? I asked my man, I said, how, bruh? Like, this can't be $35 for a charge for just the cord. He like, look, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, wow. So who has the higher prices? Hotel, gift shop, or the airport?
Hey, I went to...
where you going, Carl, with it?
No, I was saying, well, I'm gonna tell you my experience. Both of them is crazy, but just before the cruise, I had to go get like a swimming trunk. See, I forgot swimming trunks. So I got to Florida just before we hit the cruise, and I went to the gift shop that morning before we went to the cruise. And I'm like, yo, let me just get some kind of swim trunks real quick. Bro, that sucker was $75.
Oh, yeah, no.
$75. I walked down the street and found one for like $19. I'm like, yeah, y'all insane with this.
Did it have a net on the inside? Was it the net?
Well, I was going to say, Carl, that's how we know you from Barbados, because in the States, we just wear hoop shorts. That is swim trunks. You know
That's
what
why I
I'm
was
saying?
asking, did it have a net in there? That's what you was getting them
Nah,
for.
it's a little
The
less
swim trunk
privacy.
nets.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Once you get wet a little bit.
A little less private, but you just got to go with your drawers. You know what I'm saying?
No
You
question.
just wear your drawers, too.
You ain't got to wear
They
your
get out
drawers.
and
You just
they
got to stay
stick
in
to
the
your
water.
leg
Don't be
when
getting
you
in
get
and
out.
out. Yeah, don't get in and out. Just stay in the
Right,
water.
just stay in that joker.
Don't climb up that ladder with kids around. Yeah. Your whole ace might be
Oh,
exposed.
for real. That's for real. Yeah, that's for real.
You had, before we get into the topic of the day, you had a fair file from the other night that you sent me. Do you want to share it with the people?
Okay, for real, guys. Fair file. I'm just, because at first I was being judgmental. And I'm like, yo, this foul. But then I had to think through it for a minute. Like C said, I do have insiders now. And
Plural.
we do
It
sell
used to be
products.
one insider.
Right, used to
now
be
it's
one.
plural.
I heard it.
Yeah,
I heard it.
Yeah. Well, it's just a couple different chains. You know what I'm saying? I got the W, the Omni, the Ritz. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Before I got bougie, I'm like, yo, I probably would have done this, but sometimes you forget where you come from. So I was blessed this weekend, to go to the Kirk Franklin concert. And shout out, man, my man, when you on his level, he had Ty Tribbett there. He had Marvin Sapp, Erica Campbell. Who else was there? Is it Tamala Mann? Tamala Mann was there. He just had a lineup that was out of this world. And so I actually happened to be close friends with Natasha Gregg, went to Oakwood with me. She's in his camp. And then his manager. And so they was like, yo, saw him in Montgomery. He's like, yo, you need to come out to Dallas, do the VIP experience. I was like, no problem. He's like, this ain't a Kirk Franklin Montgomery. He's singing, but this ain't his concert. You need to experience his concert. So I'm like, cool. So we get to the concert. Mind you, it's about 100 degrees in Dallas, bro. It's smoking.
Oh,
And
outside?
we're kind of like it was indoors, but it was one of those like pavilions where it's like indoor, outdoor. You know what I'm saying?
Amphitheater.
Yeah, so we were a lot closer though. We were closer, but still, they got the big fans blowing. And so the back part of it is out, but it's covered for the most part. And I'm first of all, why do I get a seat? Okay, I shouldn't say this, but the people in front of me were tall and large, so I couldn't see, right? I wasn't able to see, right? I had to stand up whenever
What you mean by large?
I was trying not to laugh, see.
Yeah, tall.
Oh, they were tall. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
tall
right.
and large. My view was obscure. I couldn't see, right? So
You before the vegan diet.
I'm talking about when he wants to see this bad. He wants to breathe. And
You
why is
post
that the
Busy
video
Bee.
that blew up when I was a
You
chunky?
post
You know what I'm
Busy
saying?
Bee. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Looking like a bumblebee.
A bumblebee. So my man, I'm noticing his phone. He's holding it the whole time, Carl. I'm like, why is my man holding his phone? That's a long video. And I look closer, I see a young girl who looked like maybe his daughter, and maybe, his daughter and somebody, maybe, I'm not sure if it was somebody else, but they was in the bed. And it dawned on me that he was FaceTiming the concert.
The whole event.
I'm saying, hold up for a minute now. Is this fair foul? Is this legal? Is this legal? You are actually, I know, it's supposed to be no videotaping, no recording, but you got this FaceTiming, and she in the bed chilling with popcorn, watching the whole, he had one of the big Samsung phones, the big droids, and I could see the whole thing clear. And I'm saying, is this fair?
Wow.
Now I'm saying, in my mind, it's fair because I had VIP tickets. So these was kind of close, you know what I'm saying? These some nice tickets. So I'm thinking, he probably thinking if I just get 2 VIP tickets and FaceTime, and then my family could get a good experience. Because if I buy 4 tickets, we're gonna be all the way in the back somewhere. So I'm like, okay, maybe his rationale was we get good tickets and we FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? So everybody get a great experience versus I get the tickets that we can afford for 4 and we back in the grass somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna say foul, but not because I think it's wrong to FaceTime. I'm gonna say foul because now you got to watch awkwardly as you try to watch Kirk do his thing. His daughter eating popcorn in the bed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I feel like if you do it, you got to do it on the sneak, like hold it on your stomach and just like point it up. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just be holding it up like it's public viewing. If you see what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go foul,
Bruh.
Hey, was the rule no recording? Because technically my man is not recording. He's not breaking the rules.
Apparently he wasn't recording. So I don't remember Kurt them saying you couldn't record. I do remember them saying whatever pictures you take that you should hashtag Exodus Festival, because that's what it was. So maybe they were allowing people that, but
it's so crazy.
Yeah, but he didn't hashtag her though, Carl, because he FaceTiming. So that wasn't part of the rule.
Oh, no.
If you video or if you take pictures, you got to hashtag.
No, she was screenshotting on her end and hashtag.
There it is.
You know
there it is.
You missed that. Yeah, you actually looked at Kirk for a minute while she was screenshotting and posting. Well, I'm happy y'all. That's not y'all swagger to be hitting concerts. So I'm happy y'all was out doing y'all thing and just living your best life. And while the rest of us still working.
Living life like it's golden.
My apologies to y'all. I saw y'all you was texting the stuff Saturday, and I was, man. So you talked about Lansing. Lansing, I'm talking about we had 94 all for the last 3-4 days. We had 94.
Lansing?
So we went to the wedding. Yeah, we went to the wedding, and we got there. We went after church, so we pretty much got there to the end of it. So we just stuck around for a second. Royce, not Royce, his daughter, of course, his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we went down to the wedding. Like I said, spent maybe 20 down there because we got there toward the end of everything. And then we were like, yo, we right here by the Binder Park Zoo. Let's just hit the zoo. Bruh, 90-something degrees out there in that zoo. I didn't even want to take, and I had jeans on because we had come straight from church. I had jeans and a long sleeve shirt on, bro. I didn't even take my phone out of my pocket. It was so hot. I was like, I don't care who texted me, who calling me. I looked at it Saturday night, oh, my bad. But bruh, it was hot.
Oh, that's why it took you so long to text me back.
I'm serious, for real. See, I'm talking about it was hot.
I had the eyes yesterday. I was like, okay, I texted you 8 hours ago. I ain't trying to bug you.
No, it was just we up here getting that. Yeah, we getting that real summer. We ain't had no spring. We went straight to summer this week, bro. It was real.
Oh, 94.
90s.
Yeah, no, we not even at. We've been a little lower lately because it's been rainy. I got you. All right. So let's make this happen. Where's my phone? So we talk. So let's just say this. It's crazy, man. After you watch a whole season of hoops, you watch a whole playoff game 7, all the drama, the turbulence, everything, and then we right back to Cleveland and Golden State for this the 4th year in a row, right?
Yeah, because it's 2-1,
Think about
right?
it. Golden State won the first one, Cleveland won the second
2-1.
one, Golden State won the third one. Now, we have arrived at the place where everybody knew we were going to be at the beginning of the season anyway. Although I don't think people were as confident that Cleveland would make it, obviously, because I think Mark Jackson said it was Gladys Knight and the Pips. He's like, the Pips got to come through, do something. But Cleveland and Golden State got there again. And I just wanted to know any observations you had about LeBron or just that whole series and what's going on with them.
I thought we'd start with the LeBron fan.
Well, no. I think greatness speaks for itself. You know
Here
what I'm
they
saying?
go, y'all. Here they go.
No argument.
I'm gonna say this though, man. 8 in a row, mad respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me ask you. Let me phrase it as a question though, E. So, and this is what I meant to ask you yesterday, but I didn't ask you because I wanted to ask you on the podcast. So Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy said that this accomplishment of getting this particular team to the finals with as limited amount of resources as they have, they said it was a greater accomplishment than winning the finals, the 2 finals with Miami. They said this was actually a larger feat than that. What are your thoughts on that?
I gotta respect them.
And do you see what they're saying?
Yeah, no. I have to respect them because they play basketball. Anybody that knows me knows, like, for real. In terms of the science of the game, football is my game. I know it like the back of my hand. I'm not, really a basketball, genius like that. I'm a fan. I kind of watch, Now, the only thing that I argued with was, again, I don't feel like Boston was what people were making it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, Boston, of course, they missing Kyrie, Hayward, got some freshmen, second-year players. You don't take nothing away from LeBron, but I didn't think that Boston was like a super squad. And the way I look at life, I always feel more comfortable when you have a beast like a LeBron because you have consistency. Whereas when you're dealing with like Boston, you don't necessarily have a beast. You got 5 guys that you counting on. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of what, if you were to do something 8 years in a row, I don't care how easy or hard it is to go through what LeBron is going through. He got a family just like everybody else. I think the thing to me that was most impressive about this journey is that while he did 8 years in a row, and this was the year that you said didn't have the best team in the world, and he played 82 games, played 48 minutes in some playoff series. The fact that he was able to do it and not get injured is the biggest thing to me. That's what I take away from this more than anything, is that it's one thing to operate at such a high level, but to do it and do what you need to do off the court, both emotionally, mentally, and physically, and be able to play at the highest level humanly possible consistently. There's no other player right now that's playing at this, what's his name, got hurt. What's his name?
Kevin Love.
Curry got hurt.
Steph
Curry got hurt. KD been hurt. Iguodala is hurt. Klay Thompson was hurt. I mean, you pretty much go down that line. I don't know if Draymond was ever hurt, but you go down the line. You got, unfortunately, Houston lost because Chris Paul got hurt. You got, what's his name? Kyrie is out. Hayward, freak accident, but hurt. You go down the line. Love was hurt. The fact that you were able to play every single game, play almost every single minute, and be able to play at the highest level and you ain't hurt yourself. You had one day of fatigue, and then you came back in Game 7, and made up for that. To me,
not to mention his size too. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's easier for bigger guys to get. LeBron like 260, 6'8". You know what I'm saying?
Just
doing all that running
on
and
that
jumping.
ankle.
Like you ain't had one ankle twist, calf strain, nothing.
Remarkable. Yeah, remarkable.
That's real.
And so we're not going to talk basketball today. So for all my people who hate sports, don't turn the podcast off. We're going to talk about.
I just said it though. See, endurance. I just said it. To be able to. That's like you going to your job 365 days. And okay, let me say this because I'm gonna let's see what you have to respect, right? What you have to respect, guys, with this whole scenario is that LeBron was able to do it at home, and he was able to do it away. And his guys weren't able to do that until Game 7. Now, I must say this, Carl, I don't care nothing about how whack of a team they say they are. What they were able to do was play defense. That's what they was able to do that they weren't able to do any other game. And that defense to me is so important because what I want to say to a lot of you is, one, you need the endurance. Number two, the defense. And what do I mean by that? C and I talked the other day and it was like, defense travels. Offense doesn't travel. So you can't always take a dude who could put up 40 points, 30 points, whatever, and send him to an away game and perform at the highest level. So what I want to talk to you guys about, and that's why we've been on this Organifi, that's why we've been on this working out, doing our thing, because when you travel as much as I travel, you heard it. I was in North Carolina for a couple of days and I hit Dallas, right? Then after I hit Dallas, I'm now in Orlando with the school system, couple graduations, and then boom, I'm headed to Chicago. Actually, I'm leaving tonight to go to Chicago for a few days to do some work. And so you got to have endurance. And for a lot of you guys, and I don't want to say millennials, but I've been dealing with a lot of millennials of late, and it just seems like when y'all get under that pressure, that it's like it breaks you. You know what I'm saying? It's like the more pressure y'all get under, you get tired, you get fatigued, you get worn out. And a part of being successful is going through a lot of agony, a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment, and just being able to get through it. Like, I wish I could say more, but I'm dealing with some people right now who are going through some major challenges. And what they're doing is pretty much checking out of their job or checking out of life to deal with that situation. And I'm just gonna be honest. If you could do that, everybody'd be successful. Success is really about going through all the hell that life has, all the Atlanta, Toronto, Boston, now Golden State Warriors. Like, life is going through all of that and not checking out. You feel me? And most people, what they do is they like, well, I got a sickness, I got to handle that. Okay, cool. While you handling that, a motivational speaker is still speaking. Entrepreneur is still whatever. Like, while you taking a break, the world don't stop for you to take a break. And the beautiful thing about LeBron this year is like the ability to go through life and go through all the scrutiny of the media, to go through the comparison with MJ, to go through the trading one team, getting another team, and still performing at the highest level. And that's why the greats get paid what they get paid, because they don't check out. I'm not saying that they don't ever rest, but they don't check out of life because something is happening in their life, right? So I ain't gonna get into the defense thing right now. We'll talk about that later, but that's my piece with LeBron. I'm not LeBron, it's just not basketball. Yes, endurance though. If you are resilient, if you can bounce back, and what most of you do, you got a bad day, it's all over your face. Like, for real, I'm like, yo, just because life is bad, you can't give me 60% energy because you're having problems at home or because things ain't working out for you. It don't work like that. People are used to ET coming in on blaze. When I go to a school, I can't say, oh, my wife had an MS relapse today, or my son, working on his camp and having some challenges, or my daughter, gigs don't matter. They not like, oh, you had a bad day, so we don't expect you to come and blaze TGIM or blaze this event. You have to get to the point that no matter what's happening in your life, you have the ability to endure, to get through it. And what LeBron is teaching us is, while you're going through life, still perform at the highest level possible.
Yeah, no, I think obviously that's critical, and I think you touched on it, and I want to go there. I want to talk about the defense travels thing, and not just defense travels, but I think one of the things that, again, like you said, is so remarkable is the consistency. But I think a major key to that consistency is having a go-to move or something that you can rely on in the dark times, right? Like, we talk about routine being so powerful because it's like, the reason they say defense travels, Carl, is because, like, yo, you could go on the road and your shot is just not falling. You know what I mean? Like, you can go, like, it's a different building, the environment, the fans going crazy. You're not used to the rims. It's just an off shooting night. But defense is one of those things that's just effort. You know what I mean? Like, it's just effort and hustle and, like, those intangibles that it doesn't matter what's going on around you. And so I think that's what is really critical for us as entrepreneurs, especially, is to have things that you do on a daily basis that keep you centered and keep you grounded, that allow you to get the win even when things aren't pretty, right? And so I think about, like, yo, you're not always going to get the contract. You're not always gonna, get that deal done first or better or whatever. But the tangible skills that you can count on daily that travel, right? Like, the things that are consistent, you have to be able to lock those things down. And I think that's one of the things that E's done a great job in teaching us is, like, yo, we can't necessarily control the outcome, But what we can control, let's control that. So we can control, are we getting up on time? We can control, are we giving 100% effort throughout the day? Are we, taking it seriously? Are we, revising, going back at it? Like the things that we can actually control, I think we've done a good job of that. And then you let the chips fall where they may. And we just believe that if you are consistent, if you are dedicated, if you do have that go-to move and you're doing it every single day, that the chips will fall eventually in a good spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, perfect sense. Like I'm literally, so the effort. So I remember there was one play, and this is funny, see, because you as a LeBron fan, you might know, but how many times have you seen LeBron make a mistake on one end and fix it immediately the very next defensive play?
Scary
that blows my mind. I'm talking about slipping. That blows my mind. And it's like that's the play that's going on in your mind. Okay, I might have messed up on this end. Okay, things did not go perfect on this end. But it's not over. The play is not over. As a matter of fact, if I can get back here, and I'm using the basketball reference, but again, apply it to whatever area in your life. If I can just put enough energy to get back here before my man or meet him near, it's not over, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I haven't lost anything. If he did not score, we haven't lost anything but maybe 2-3 seconds, if you see what I'm saying. He stole the ball or something, got down the floor, and he about to get a layup, and it's an ugly reality. You about to get that ball smacked, taken out your hand, just stuck on the backboard, embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? But the play was not over, and I think what you just said was so deep, because most people think the play is over when this thing happens. The play is over because you got not feeling good. The play is over because you sick, whatever. The play is not over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to put enough effort to get back on the other end. And I'm talking about, and I don't even want to use the word a makeup play, because the defensive play is so deep. It's not a makeup play. That's a play in itself that's going to result in another offense. You know what I'm saying? Some other, like, it's going to spur your offense on. Defense builds, what's the line? Defense something offense.
Defense is offense, baby. Defense is offense. Yeah. Yeah. So to answer that, see, from my perspective, here's what defense is, and we say defense travels. For those of you who are listening, just meaning that the circumstances don't dictate defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need the crowd for defense. You don't need like your spot on the court for defense. You know what I'm saying? Defense travels. That means that you have the luxury of taking that with you wherever you go, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, what I hear when I hear that is, you can take your personality wherever you go. You feel me? Anywhere you go, you can speak to people, and you're gonna always get the same response when you say hello. It's not gonna change. You shake a man's hand, look in his eye. You hug a young lady. You say thank you. You say please. You being cordial, you being friendly. It's gonna take you a long way. It's funny. Carl's wife sent Didi and I a devotion she read. And in the devotion, it was just talking about, this is deep, y'all. Man, I wish we had time and I can read it. But in the devotional, it says that a salute or a greeting spoke to who you were dealing with. So if you go into a courtroom, there's a certain thing you have to do in the courtroom. It's like, it ain't optional. You feel me? They said when you saluted a king, it was a certain way you saluted a king. There was a certain way you saluted a queen. Right? There was a certain way you saluted dignitaries. There was a certain way you saluted neighbors. There was a certain way you saluted family. And it was just breaking this whole concept down like, yo, we've gotten away as a nation or people from greeting. It's almost like back in the day, it'd be disrespectful not to greet, because greeting was always somewhat of a DNA of who you were dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was a way that you show honor and respect or whatever. So for me, one of the things that's like paramount is speaking, is looking somebody in the eye. It's saying something nice to a person. It's making a person feel good, right? It's getting up early in the morning and getting to a place before everybody else get there. Or if I get there and somebody else is there, matching or exceeding their energy. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of us, you will get to a job, but it's taking you like 50 minutes. You need a coffee. Drink your coffee before you get there. When you get to work, you need to work. I didn't learn this until late in the game, but they used to teach us to study before you get to the class. So when you get to the class, the information won't be new,
Novel
and you
concept.
sitting there looking crazy. Right, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
A genius idea from someone.
You know what I'm saying? But those the kind of things, like, you know you got the job. Look over the document. Look over the day. Whatever it is. So for me, man, it's like energy. Bring your energy and match your energy the whole day. And that's what I love about LeBron. Like, bruh, how is it that Rozier could hit all these 3-pointers? See, hit me. I'm just, look, y'all can go back and look at my social media. Like, look at what I said. When everybody asked me who's going to win Game 7, I said, listen to me very closely. If there's a Game 7, Golden State going to win. If there's a Game 7, Cleveland's going to win. If you are going to beat either of these teams, you got to take a giant out when you can take the giant out. You got to take, look, we're not talking basketball.
David and Goliath, first hit, bye.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just being 100. You had an opportunity and you were timid and didn't take it. Let me tell you something. You do not have a giant and you on the Giants like territory. You're in a spot that's familiar with a giant and beat a giant. The way you beat a giant is you throw a giant off guard. If you study the scripture, the way Goliath was so successful is that they would meet up. They would meet, so they would have a space that both of them would meet at, and then they would fight. The way David beat him, bumped the rock. This ain't got nothing to do with no rock and no slingshot. The way David beat him was that David said, let's not wait till we get to the spot. I'm going to get you before you can get to the spot. We're not going to wait for you to come to the ring and do the whole ceremony and set it up. So what he did was, he caught my man off guard. Goliath had never fought from that position before. He had never fought from that place before. He had a place that he was used to fighting. And so when you have a place that you're used to fighting, there's this sense of comfort. There's this sense of familiarity that I didn't beat 150 dudes here. So what David did was, David was like, I'm not going to let you be comfortable. I'm going to get you before you can get to your place of comfort. So I knew Game 7, bruh, how you go from making 53s till you can't make a 3, Rozier? You can't buy a shot, right? Houston, their whole team shut down.
So just so you know, Rozier was 0 for 10 from 3. Ariza was 0 for 9 last night.
It was 29 straight misses from 3-point last night. I think it was 29, they said.
And listen to me, this is not a bad thing. Somebody's listening. This is not a bad thing. You got to go 0 for 10. You got to go 0 for 9 first because you're not familiar with Game 7. You're not familiar with Game 7. That's why I'm trying to teach y'all. CJ said it. Fail fast. Fail often. Hurry up and get it out your system so that when you get to a Game 7, this ain't your first time being. So I already knew you're not gonna beat Steph. Steph, this is 4th year going, bruh. It's like clockwork to him now. LeBron been there 8 years in a row. He ain't scared of no doggone Game 7. He gonna put it on his back. And look who stepped up, Green. Why? Because Green just had doggone open heart surgery. This Game 7, you can't compare Game 7 to an open heart surgery. It don't even compare. So my man at ease, why? He been through so much hell. That Game 7 ain't hell to him. But for some other kids who used to AA program, they the best, MVP. They didn't won the state championship 6, 7 times. You ain't never been in a Game 7 in your life. So when you get to Game 7 for the first time, bruh, you gonna have some anxiety. So I'm just saying, see, what travels?
Yeah.
What travels is the things that you're good at. You know, the things that you heard you need to do, take those things with you. And look, when you fail in Game 7, don't let it bother you. Just say, hey, I've got my stripes.
You got a notch.
I got my notch. I got my tag. I got my disappointment. I got my agony. I got my defeat. All right, I'll be way more prepared for the next one. But don't be afraid of the Game 7s in your life. Stop running from the Game 7s of your life.
Yeah, stay right there. I actually want to ask you a question that I never, usually I kind of know your answer to some of the stuff, but I got a question for you that I really want to ask, and it may be going back a little bit, but let me shout out our sponsor, Organifi, man. Shout out to Organifi holding us down this whole time. Listen, man, now you can get all your healthy superfoods in one glass, all right? No shopping, no blending, no juicing, no cleanup. All right, just imagine drinking some of the world's greatest superfoods in one glass. All right, the proprietary formula is scientifically designed to nourish your body with vital nutrients without the need to dramatically change your daily routine. All right, we're not telling you got to get in the gym 7 times a day. All right, you just got to drink this Organifi, man, and will have you looking and feeling better very quickly, man. Look at some of the ingredients. All right, the chlorella, a green large algae, super high in protein and great for your healthy, smoother, stronger skin. A powerful moringa, a powerful metabolism booster for fat loss and great for detoxifying your body. Spirulina, a natural blood sugar management plant and a great source of vitamins. Mint, all right, this herb helps stop cravings, soothes indigestion, and assists in sleep, all right? So we've been on it, as you guys know, unless you just listening to this podcast for the first time, which I know most of you are not. The Organifi is going to the next level. My wife is on the Organifi now, right? She just said bump the juice and all together. She's on the Organifi full-time, feeling great, man. So go to the website, Organifi.com, all right, Organifi.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS to get 20% off your first order. We want to make sure you guys get healthy with us. So Organifi.com. Shout out to everybody in Boston who had the Organifi. St. Louis, we will be bringing the Organifi with us there as well, so you guys can try it out. But check it out, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Look and feel good. Organifi.com, promo code SUCCESS. All right. Real quick, listen, man. So going back, E, we just talked about David and Goliath, right? And we always hear like all the stuff from David's side. Let me ask you this. What could Goliath have done differently in order to win that battle? And I ask you that just because now, in terms of where you're at in your career, I know you want to go with the David mindset, but the reality is you are Goliath, right? You're not the underdog anymore. And so what could Goliath have done, like specifically, let's take a look at that particular battle, because David, you just broke down why David was successful and how he did all of this. What could Goliath have done differently to win that battle?
He could have done what he always did. You know what I'm saying? He could have done what he always did.
I thought that's what got him killed.
No, I'm saying he could have done what he always did. He didn't. If you read the story, he first of all, he mocked David. Like, yo, who is this little kid? You know what I'm saying? So he overestimated who he was or who David wasn't. He overestimated. Like, who is this little kid? Like, yo, do me a favor, y'all. Bring me a man to fight. Like, don't play with me. I'm a champion. He should have fought his fight, see? This the fight that you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the fight you got. I'm talking about my girl Keisha Lamb. Shout out to Keisha Lamb, Lee Lamb's sister. She put a post up on Facebook of LeBron looking like a super human, like a little, y'all have to forgive me, I don't watch TV a lot, but there's a show, but Carl, it's not the Hulk, but it's almost like a character like the Hulk. And it's a big dude. He kind of looks like the Hulk, but it's a different character, right? I don't remember the name of the movie that he's on, but he has that same look, but he's not green. And so it had LeBron looking like that, you know, like this huge giant, and he had like what do you call it? Like a glove, a gladiator glove. And in the glove were a ring, and in each ring was like Boston, Atlanta, Toronto, all the teams that he went through. And then it had in the centerpiece, it had Golden State, right? And I'm looking at it like, yo, that's crazy. That's who LeBron had to go through. So I told everybody, there's no way that Toronto's gonna beat them. They don't match up. I'm kidding about how many games they won. You don't have a big man. So you ain't got nobody that's gonna stop LeBron. It's just not gonna happen, right? And so LeBron went through, it shows each team he went through. You know, first team, second team, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, Toronto, whatever, showed all the teams he went through in the East to get to where he was. And so what Goliath did wrong was Goliath didn't fight the fights that were given to him. He wanted to pick his fights, you know, and he wanted to pick his fights because he had gotten cocky. I'm not gonna fight no little boy. He should have just been like, yo, okay, bet. Second thing he did wrong was the time frame. You know, he had never done all that talking before. And so now he's doing a whole lot of talking and not a lot of fighting. That's what he's doing, a whole lot of talking. And that's not what he was accustomed to. Before, he just would like, okay, who I got to fight? Give me the man. All right, bet. We meet up. All right, I destroy him. He's talking. He's talking to people. And there's a time, CJ, to talk. There's a time to fight, right? And when it's time to talk and get yourself pumped up, like you saw, what's his name? Y'all got to help me out. McGregor, right? Remember the fight? McGregor.
Yeah.
He was doing all that talking. Y'all, you know, and Mayweather was just like, yo, let's stop. He's doing all that throwing chairs and showing off, you know, and all of that foolishness. And your boy was like, yo, let's just fight. And I know I'm going to win. Why? Because you don't even fight this fight. This not even your fight. You don't even go, you can't endure. You're in a sport where the doggone thing lasts 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm just going to weigh you out for a little while, and then I'm going to beat your butt. And so I think that's the last thing. And the final one I said was Goliath didn't have home court advantage. He didn't fight physically in the physical space that he normally fights. And what he did was he allowed, with all that talking, he put David in a position where David had home court advantage. So he was off guard. Remember, he threw a rock at my man. Come on, see, he threw a rock. You don't throw a rock at a giant and kill a giant with a rock, bruh. But what happened was he was off guard. He wasn't really ready. And so it was like normally, okay, in round number 1, weighing 400 feet, coming straight out of to Mayweather, 49-0. David was like, yo, I'm not going to give you a chance to set up. I'm not going to give you a chance to get settled. I'm not going to allow you to get comfortable and get in your spot. I'm going to fight you in a place that you're not used to fighting. I'm going to catch you before you are fight ready. That's what I'm going to do. So you're not even guarded up. You ain't got your equipment. You ain't ready. And so David caught my man while he was doing all that talking and caught my man off guard. And it was nothing he could do about it, because if you pay attention, see, what they say is they have an armor bearer. So generally what happens is the armor bearer goes before you. It's like, you know, like your right-hand man, and he set everything up. They never got to do all of that. Because while David's armor bearer was about to whatever, David was like, no. I'm not going to stay and wait. I'm going to go attack him. And David went on attack mode. And he killed my man because he was out of place and he was out of position.
Yeah, no, that's crazy too, because you talk about that home court advantage, and, you know, for real, it makes such a big difference. But then you look at both of the series game 7s.
Yeah.
And the away team, after all of that.
And not only one, see, not to cut you, not only one, but they were down significantly.
Right.
Both of them. And I was watching it saying the same thing, like, yo, this is something to pay attention to. So my question, if I were to phrase it as a question, is how do you get somebody, human nature, not even a person, how do you get human nature to play down in Game 7 every single day? You get where I'm going? Because again, you start seeing some amazing things happen, like people, you know, scrappy and doing this and doing that or whatever. Well, on one side, the other side, I don't know what happens. But the person that's down, the team that's down, somehow just seems to just miraculous stuff. You away from home, you down, you know, 10 points, 15 points, and just out of nowhere stuff just starts happening. Like, how do you get people to perform like that? And again, I don't know if we got an answer, but how do we get human nature to just kind of like, you know what I mean? Just like, yo, make this up in your head that today's Game 7, you away, all the odds are stacked against you. You have no option but to win, or you about to be out of this thing forever.
I don't know.
And that's a mentality for real that I had. Real quick, I had to shake myself out of that mentality, because my dad used to be on my head. Like, my best games, basketball and football, would always be when we played the best teams. You know what I mean? Like, it was something about the challenge of, like, if we had to play like Grand Ledge or East Lansing, I was murdering. And then we might play Everett, and it was like, yo, I knew we were going to beat them by 50. You know, they weren't a formidable opponent, if you will. And so I never really, I'm not going to say took them serious, but I couldn't muster up that same level of like intensity, you know? And so I wouldn't play bad, but I wouldn't play nearly as good. But when we played like top 2-3 team in the state, I'm talking about I was all world. And so I think that's a fair question as to, on a daily basis, in the midst of things going wrong, like we talked about, right? It's the Cal Ripken thing. My man played, I don't know, 2,000, 500, let's just say somewhere around 2,500 straight games. And in the midst of that, you got, like E said, divorce, sickness. I'm not talking about him specifically, but just things that happen in life in general. And you're able to be that consistent over a period of time. I just think it's crazy when you look at, but that's a fair question. How do you day in and day out muster up that kind of energy to still go after it? Like, look at LeBron. LeBron's worth $1 billion, bro. You see cats get a contract for $50 million and
it's
they
over.
Never play.
It's over.
They didn't gain 30 pounds and look terrible. LeBron is worth $1 billion.
One more quick one, see. You go to Dirk Nowitzki, who was, I'm talking about, murdering the game. You won a championship, bro, and I hadn't heard your name since.
Oh,
like, I'm just being real. I haven't heard your name since. Like, yeah, so that's a good point. Like, I always joke, and I used to say that, if I got paid $100 million, I don't know that I'd perform for the rest of my life. I don't know that. I'm just being real with y'all.
I'm just saying, I don't know that you can.
Right, I don't know. I'm being real.
Yeah, I don't know that you can prepare for a game 7.
Right, you might be able to. Yeah.
You would still perform at the highest level.
I'm just saying, though, I just don't think humans can, if that makes sense. Like, without going through. Like, here's the deal, guys. I've been through a game 7. You know what I'm saying? We've been through game 7s. So, are we able to continue to play like we're in game 7? Absolutely. But we've been in our game 7s and fail. You know what I'm saying? I've been in my office and couldn't come out my office. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I've been broke and I didn't know how to respond to it. You feel me? I've been crushed. Like, yo, I can't believe this is happening. So I had my game 7 and didn't murder it, if that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I've been in my game 7 and failed. I've been Rozier and went 0 for 10. You know what I'm saying? I've been the Rockets and failed. I've been there. You feel me? So now, yeah, I'm killing it in game 7. Why? Because I took my licks. I got my stripes. And I was talking to my son today, and I was just telling Bug, like, yo, the cool thing about this camp is you can't, and I ain't gonna lie, see, like, I'm like, okay, 200s. We might only get 100 for the first one. You feel me? And it's just like, yo, I ain't used to that. I'm used to the place being packed, but it's like, yo, you starting over from scratch. And you can't teach your son, or life is about to teach you and your son, that even though you love your son, you ain't about to get no 500 people. You starting all over again. This the first time you've ever done this, if that makes sense. So you got to go through your stripes, bro. I've been through mines. I've been hit. Forgive me, y'all, I'm on the elevator, but I've been hit. I've been down. I've been out. I've been there, done that. So now when I get to game 7s, I've already took my stripes. I had to sit at the table and explain why I went 0 for 10. I got to explain it. I got to look my wife in the face. I got to look my teammates in the face and say, how could you perform so well in game 3 and 4, but you couldn't do nothing in this game? And I took those licks. I experienced that. So y'all right. I grind now because I don't want to sit at the table with the boo-boo face no more. I don't want them writing about me in the paper and I'm on the front page of E failed in game 7. I don't want to have to go home and not talk to my wife and kids for 3 days because it's going to take me 3 days to get over that loss. I've been there. I tasted that. I don't want to taste that no more. So that's the difference. So don't sit here for all you listening. ET ain't never lost in game 7. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And LeBron has lost in game 7 before. And LeBron got swept before. And LeBron, had to get on and say why he didn't come through. And that's what drives him. I'm not LeBron, but I can definitely tell you if you asked him, he don't like coming up short. And that's why he performing. So for these other dudes, they've been winning AAU ball, state championships. They've been getting worship since they was kids. And now it's time for them Negroes to take their licks. And when you take your lick, you either gonna take those licks and get stronger, or you gonna take those licks and fold, one or the other.
Hey, I was gonna say real quick, check the difference. Pay attention, y'all. If you could go back and look at some of the game clips, check the difference between when Houston lost and when Boston lost. Boston was out there high-fiving, not high-fiving, but hugging, talking, all that. Yo, James Harden, I don't think he talked to nobody. He was off the floor like, I'm talking about whistle, he was out. Because he had felt that before, Ian. I know that burn on him. What's your boy, Tatum? He can't feel the same burn that Harden feeling. He can't feel the same burn that Chris Paul feeling. Them jokers was like, all right, love y'all, peace out. I'm out. I don't want to be around this environment. Boston was out there hugging for about 15 minutes. All right, good game, man. Yeah, they did, you know, whatever. I was like, yo, it's a whole different perspective when you look at them two teams. Because they, like you said, Boston young. They ain't been through nothing before. For them, okay, we lost, but they don't have that burn like, yo, we lost again. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, hopefully they can take that. And your boy, what's his name? Tatum gonna be a force, but hopefully he can take this and build, you know what I'm saying, from that and turn it into something. But
let me tell y'all something on the bright side. Y'all know I'm dumb. Y'all know I see stuff like people, you know what I'm saying, when you got the GED, it give you a sixth sense, right? The light at the end of the tunnel, I'm just gonna be real. This is just my perspective. Hopefully one day I'll get to connect with Kyrie and he'll tell me the truth. But I kind of feel like the light at the end of the tunnel is Kyrie wouldn't have wanted them to beat LeBron without him. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? And go to the championship.
Why wasn't Kyrie at the game?
So I was looking it up. See, I just because I was like, I ain't seen Kyrie at all. No, they said that he had a surgery or something. That's what the Celtics put out. Yeah, I'm just telling you.
You waited until the day of Game 7 to have a surgery.
To have a surgery. Yeah, I found that weird because I'm like, yo, CP3 on the bench. I'm talking about hollering, screaming, like he could as well have been on the court. Yeah, he was the doggone coach. I'm like, yo, Kyrie, like your presence needed to be there, especially in Game 7 against LeBron.
He a gorilla. He don't need to be there because I'm just being real, and I'm not
Part
Kyrie.
Of you knew the king was about to crush your soul, and you didn't want to be there to see that.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, I feel like that's the light at the end of the tunnel. That's the silver lining, is that you want your team to win, but at the end of the day, you want to beat LeBron. You feel me? So I know Boston probably was hurt a little bit, but let's just keep it 100. I don't care if LeBron end up in Philly. When you put Kyrie back and Hayward and they stay healthy for a season with what they have, bruh, I promise you, they gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Well, that's a big if because Kyrie ain't been healthy for a whole season in quite some time, bro.
Yeah, you're right. But on this one though, he wasn't not healthy. He just had to do I guess they felt like they needed to do the surgery because they thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like he had to stop.
Believe that if you want to. That boy wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I take your word for it.
You should have stayed with LeBron. He'd have took a little pressure off you, so you ain't had to put up all the points.
I'm just saying though, and I feel you, but I'm just saying, he won a championship. He like Kobe. He got a championship. I feel like, for
Kobe
real,
got
I'm not
3
Kyrie,
before
but
he was ready.
Yeah, I feel like he wanted to be there last night. Imagine you sitting through that. Imagine a CJ sitting through that. Sitting through that. And you know the best player other than
first
LeBron.
of all, I drink Organifi, so I would have been there.
Right, yeah, well, I'm just saying, just if. Yeah, just if. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no if.
So, so I'm saying if anybody was happy last night, he was happy with, okay, we're going to get a crack at this next year, and if we win with me there, it could be said it was because of me, that I stopped him from going to the ninth, championship. So to me, that's the only positive that I see out of this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, those of you who are out there, you got to take your licks.
He secretly wanted them to lose?
I wouldn't say wanted them to lose secretly, but I bet you after they lost, he was sitting there thinking, had I been there, it would have been a different outcome.
No, that was the same thing I was thinking about my man, the Philly quarterback. Carson Wentz. It's like, man, shoot. I didn't play the whole playoffs, even though I was balling out in the regular season. If my man come in and win, then it's like, does that hurt my legacy a little bit? You wonder, You'll never get a straight answer, of course. Well, somebody gonna come out and be like, yeah, I hope we lose. Yeah. So anyway, let's jump on this. You got anything else to add before I switch to Ask ET?
I was gonna ask y'all one question. I was gonna ask y'all one quick question, y'all. It shut me down, see? But I'm just saying, the NBA has a lot to gain from these two teams meeting up again. I'm just saying, I'm not no conspiracy theorist. I don't know how it would possibly work. I'm just saying, they got a lot to gain for the series going to Game 7.
You didn't want to see Boston against Houston?
Not at all. I don't think I'd have been interested.
Wow,
Yeah, so I'm not. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot to gain. I'm saying so the prediction easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, them two teams gonna be back. And again, I don't know how, where, when, but I'm just saying I knew that these two teams would have been back here. But like I said, shut it down. We ain't got to go into that.
Well, at least because let me see. Yeah, wait. Will we be on the podcast before the next time they play? Well, give me a prediction.
I'm going Golden State, but I'm going Golden State in like 6 or 7 because I'm just saying, like, back to what we talked about. This ain't no new trip for LeBron.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't do it. You know my prediction. You can't. Well, they are at home, right? Are they at home?
Right, they got home court.
Right?
Yeah, they got home court. Golden State got home court.
Yeah. I got Golden State in 5.
5.
I'm just saying, where LeBron is now. Like this, not like again. There's something about 15 years in your career, and you hear and you understand what it takes. And quiet as kept. I've been challenging what you're saying. It's a team sport, yes and no. Doggone it, LeBron commanding 2-3 defenders. I'm just being real. He commanded 2-3 defenders, so it ain't a team sport no more. If you got 3 people watching him, doggone it, make a layup, make a 3-point shot.
He
won't have to. Golden State won't have to do it though. Golden State will be able to play in one-on-one. They're smart enough to know. See, those dudes are young, so they miss assignments and they get anxious. Golden State gonna stay. You're gonna keep Draymond on him. You're gonna keep West on him. They're gonna make the other dudes win. They're mature enough to say, hey, if you could beat us, go right ahead and beat us. You feel me? Clarkston, if you could beat us, go ahead and beat us. But we're not gonna play into that. We double team you and we leave somebody wide open. That's going to be a big, you're dealing with Kerr now. Who played with Michael Jordan, who also coached with Phil Jackson. Like he was in that environment. So his boys ain't going to be that, they're going to be disciplined. So I'm saying LeBron is not going to beat them by themselves. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to have to help LeBron if that's possible. I don't know if it's possible or not, but it's not going down like that. He's not playing Boston, an immature team with a coach who just been there for what, 2 or 3 seasons. He playing up against a veteran coach and a veteran team.
Hey, and an assistant coach who coached him, right? My man's still there, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's going to be different. LeBron going to get LeBrons. No question. Draymond ain't about to shut him down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about to happen. But you about to make Green and the rest of those guys, you're going to make them play. And here's the only challenge you have. Now, I want to say Cleveland in 7. If they go to 7, I think they can get it. But here's the one challenge that they'll have. The one challenge that they have is that Cleveland, other than LeBron, I don't know anybody else on the team that has had to play that level yet. You've been in the East all year. So you've not met that type of competition. You haven't played with a team that can turn it up in the 3rd, that can turn it up in the 4th. I'm just saying, like, you've never played that type of team or that speed before, and that's what's going to be tough for them. They already don't play defense to that level, and then they have to play it against the best team in the league. Anybody that can shoot at any point, the defense is going to be hard for them to keep up with that speed.
All right, well, I appreciate y'all outstanding basketball analysis. You guys, don't quit your day jobs, all right? Please don't quit your day jobs. Listen, let's go to Ask ET, brought to you by BreatheUniversity.com.
Oh, so he don't say, did I miss yours, C?
No, right. C just going to let it hang out there.
Okay, I just want to know about
prediction.
Come on, man.
Don't you know that the host is supposed to remain neutral?
Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? That's new to me, but I you know what I'm saying?
LeBron is the GOAT, but they about to get beat. I'm not stupid, okay? But you know what? I will say this. The Warriors showing a few more flaws
no question. Yes,
than
absolutely.
they shown in the past.
Yep.
But I mean, bro, like I said, I'm shocked Bron done carried these boys to the final. I mean, bro, when I look out on the court and Corver is your second best player, I'm saying, okay, something's wrong, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, but nothing
I feel you, but do you really feel like Boston
shooter.
was you feel like Boston was a super team for real? Do you buy into that?
No, not at all. But here's what I did buy into the fact that like you look at, come on, bro, be honest. Horford, baller. Horford is an all-star, bro. You got Tatum, who probably the rookie of the year,
I didn't know
balling
that he
out.
was,
Jaylen
but
Brown in his second or third year. Jaylen Brown is one of the young up-and-coming superstars of the game. Marcus Smart, a tough player that can get in there, body up. Morris, the Morris twin, is a veteran, tough guy. Like, bro, their squad top to bottom was 10 times better than Cleveland. If you took Brown off that team, Cleveland is probably the first
question,
pick
but I'm
in
saying
the
you got
whole
Brown on the team,
NBA.
though. But I'm saying you got Brown on the team, though. You can't take away. Brown is the best player on the planet. And just what you said, Carl, I do believe it's a team sport, but I just believe in consistency. If you got one guy that can score from night to night versus you counting on, you don't know who you counting on, to me, that's why they have the advantage, which is why, to me, Golden State is such a, and I think Golden State gonna do way better against Cleveland than they're gonna do against Houston, because
for sure.
I think that they want to beat LeBron. I don't think they really was geeked about, if we beat Houston, ain't nobody gonna really say nothing. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about you beating LeBron, but you feel the satisfaction of you stopped the best player in the world, possibly, of winning these championships. Like I could see a Draymond 10 years from now saying, oh yeah, your boy was the best, but we stopped him. You feel me? And had I not been hurt, we would have beat him that year. You know what I'm saying? I could just see that kind of trash talking going on. But by far, Golden State is a better team. But I wanted to know if C could be neutral, and he proved to me that he could be.
Oh yeah, no. Come on, bro. I'm not. Look, I ain't dumb now. You see what it is, man. So, but no, we'll see, man. Like I said, it would take a Herculean effort, which he's capable of. The supporting cast, though, when you play, now you talking about the Warriors. I agree with you. Boston's not a juggernaut. The Warriors are. You're not getting ready to beat 5 solid players. I mean, great players like
no questions asked.
Maybe 3-4 Hall of Famers when it's all said and done. You're not getting ready to beat them by yourself. It just ain't gonna happen. So, Ask ET brought to you by BreatheUniversity.com. Listen, man, come check us out at Breathe U. We're doing some amazing things, man. Calls Thursday nights, Sunday nights. We got the meetups. Everything is going on in Breathe U. Shout out to all our Breathe U family that downloads and listens to the podcast every week. We love y'all. Come join us, man. Come check it out. Carl's got a great offer for you guys to jump in with us and enjoy the program, man. We are doing some amazing things, and like I said, I think it's one of our finest accomplishments to date. So BreatheUniversity.com, sign up and let's go. Go for it, Carl.
This week only, y'all. We're opening enrollment for our Survive
on the 8th
membership.
Day of Christmas? Can I get it on the 8th day of Christmas?
Not the 8th day. No, this week only, y'all. I'm talking about we opening up for a Survive membership. Open up enrollment for that. I'll just be honest with y'all. We had to close it before because we had the last weekend we did it. It was probably 800 people to join. And it was like, whoa. So like so far, we opened it up this week, and so far it's like over this last weekend that passed, it was like 200 people that jumped in. I'm talking about immediately. So I'm saying our hope was 500, but the way it's going, I don't know if we're gonna make. I mean, we might pass that in a day or two. So I'm saying, don't play, y'all. You talking about as low as
that they need to use, or they can just go to the website.
This way, you could go straight to the website. $20 a month, y'all. Y'all got access to 5 courses. You got access to our daily accountability call. You got access to the Facebook community. So I'm just saying, $20 a month, y'all, and you a part of the family. So don't play around.
Back up 20. I thought we were done with the 20. I thought he cut the 20.
He cut the 20. I didn't tell him.
I'll never say no when they say 20.
He back when
I'm
telling
like, yo.
Yeah, I didn't tell you, y'all. So sneak it quick.
I know my stuff worth more than $20. A phone call with me is worth more than $20.
Yeah, come on, y'all.
Let's see. Tasha in Baltimore said, which of the 3 of you is most likely to send a meal back?
Send a what back?
No question.
Send a meal back. I don't think any of the 3 of us sending nothing back.
Yeah.
I ain't never sent no meal back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen none of us do it.
Now, if you want to ask about our wives, I'm sure.
All 3.
Right.
All 3.
Let's see. Greg and Indy said, I know you've been rebaptized, but when's the last time you had to go off?
Okay, so let me be honest. I have been rebaptized and I'm pretty good, but every now and then, and prayerfully I'm finished, man. I'm speaking to you for real. This a serious topic for me. Like, this ain't no play. This is serious. I slipped about maybe 30 days ago with my son, and it's just that millennial, mindset, and for real, man. I'm gonna just say this: my kids are blessed. You know what I'm saying? Is sometimes, my son said it like, "Dad, you were homeless," and I try to deal with him like I'm from the bottom, and I try to deal with him like that sometimes, and he's just not from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like that, And so I slipped probably about 30 days ago, and my wife was just like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, and she's like, "Yeah, but you," and so about 30 days ago, but we've had a couple conversations since then, and I've really felt mature, and I know it because he hit me back like immediately, like, all right, Dad, I had some time to think it through. All right, I'm about to make this move. So he's very mature, like since he's been running this camp, and I think found his niche. He's definitely been operating at a way better level. But about 30 days ago, before we really got into this, he had called me on some stuff, and I was like, "Yo, don't you understand how it goes?" And was like, "Nope, he doesn't know how it goes." You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been through the experience yet. He's going through it. So, yeah, bro, to answer that, I slipped and fell, and but I bounced back, and I'm concentrating, and I'm praying, but I never have to talk to him. Like, I would never scoop down that low and talk to him like, I'm saying, he 10, but I'll continue to maintain the integrity, and speak to him like an adult, even if we're not philosophically on the same page.
No doubt. Let's see. David in Fort Wayne said, hey, ET, I'm a pastor as well. My question is church related. As a young pastor with a small church, I find it hard to draw the line between pastor and friend. It seems like my saints have more respect for me as a peer than as a pastor. Have you ever had that issue? And if so, what did you do?
Okay, see, break that. Give it to me, see. Give it to me.
I guess,
give it to me.
I guess
Yeah.
he's trying to say, and I tried to shorten it a little bit, but I guess he's saying, he's a pastor, but they homie too. And so he might be, I don't know if they're not necessarily taking his sermon serious. He didn't explain it deep enough, but I guess they like, oh, you are a friend. So, you know what I mean? He trying to be a leader, and maybe they see him as more of a peer.
Yeah, so I would say make a decision if you want to be a friend, and let's use a different word. If you want to shepherd, you know what I'm saying, or if you want to lead. And I think a lot of times, a lot of us are ignorant because we might be first generation, leaders or shepherds, and we get the two confused, and they're not the same. You can lead people without having a deep relationship with people. You can't shepherd people without having a deep relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so there are very few people who have the ability to do both at the exact same time. And why? Because if you're shepherding people and you're being extremely concerned about them, in terms of the relationship, they get accustomed to that. If you are a leader and you like, I'm focused on execution, bump your little feelings, well, you're used to that too, and you can make the adjustment. The challenge is if you're dealing with somebody and you're relational with them the majority of the time, and then you shift and go, now I'm about to not care about your feelings, I'm about to go to execution, that becomes challenging for people. Like, I don't really know how to deal with that. So I would just say make a decision. Now, in my own personal life, to give you an example, I've decided that I'm a much better shepherd. I like to shepherd more. I do hear people all the time say, E, you changed my life. You helped me do X, Y, and Z. But I still feel like I've done that through shepherding. And I can be aggressive in shepherding, but the relationship is the focal point. And so I've asked my wife, who has the ability to lead, because my wife has she has been naturally gifted not to really care about your feelings. Like, that's not her focus. Her focus is getting stuff done. So she doesn't really care if you like her, if you don't like her. She doesn't even care about how you think about her. It doesn't matter to her. So she's able to really focus on, this is the task at hand, this is what we need to get done. So I've asked my wife to play the role of the leader at the church, and she's doing a phenomenal job of it. And I'm doing more of the shepherding, the preaching, the counseling, and she comes in on the marriage counseling and all that too, but I'm taking the lead with shepherding, and she's taking the lead with leading. So if your wife is not a natural leader and she can't do it, then maybe find somebody that you are close to, that you're shepherding, who respects you, and ask them to be more of the leader. I hope that made sense, see?
Yep, no, you good. Humbled ENT on Instagram says, CJ, take us back to your b-ball days, man. Were you a LeBron or a Durant? Were you a Webber or a Charles or
Webber?
A Dr. J, a Magic?
I'm going with Charles.
Were you a bench player or a towel boy? I'll let my teammates speak for that. Well, more of a Charles, you said, Carl?
I'm going with Charles. Them
boys hoop with me. They know even in my older age, I was putting buckets up out there.
You had a decent. I'm saying you had a variety game.
I'm going with tractor trailer because he was thick. I'm going with tractor trailer.
Sure. I definitely wasn't a Durant or LeBron. I wasn't ever much of a shooter, but I will take you in that post and bury you. I should have really been in the league. I just only got to 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna be 7 foot. And so they made me, that's a valuable lesson to all you guys with tall kids. Shout out to Josh and Huddy. Make your kids play guard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how tall they are. Put the ball in their hands and teach them the skill set. Because I was always just the tallest one, so they always just made me play center. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's cool when you're in the 4th grade. But then when you only get to 6'3", 6'4", and I got nothing but center skills, I was messed up. So, let's see. We got a couple more here for all 3 of you. This comes from Jessie Hines on Instagram. Shout out to all our Instagram followers. We're up over 3,000 now. S2S Podcast. All right, you're going to go on there and see a little bit more of Carl and I, which most of you don't, but for those of you who do, we've been posting, Nikki been posting, I should say, up there for us. So Jessie Hines on Instagram said, for all 3 of you, if you're going to have one cheat meal, what is your favorite cheat meal?
Shoot. Flat out cheat meal would be soul food.
I'm talking about full
macaroni
cheat.
And cheese, dressing, fried chicken, potato salad, candy yams. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that I'm going, and then the dessert afterwards, some ice cream.
I was waiting for the dessert. Yeah,
ice cream Alamo or something, a peach cobbler. Peach cobbler or something. You know what I'm saying?
Go for it, Carl.
Yeah, I was saying I ain't even tripping on the food, it's the dessert, but you got to give me some barbecue chicken, and I can't even call it a cheat. I'm trying to do that regular, but give me some kind of barbecue chicken with the rest of the soul food, and that dessert is what's gonna get me weak. Everything else I could, you know what I'm saying? I'm good on.
No couscous on the side.
No couscous. We gonna let the couscous.
Let me tell you something. You remember how I got that salad the other day at Busy Bee, right?
Yeah.
That's because let me tell you how. First of all, I'm just getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just. Let me state that fact. Second of all, I had it like I was eating. I can't remember. I had family in town or something. We were just eating crazy. Like I don't even know. I don't even eat dessert, and I ate like a piece of cheesecake.
Right.
We ate like pizza or something like that. And I got up and I still went to the gym the next day. When I tell you I felt like garbage, I'm talking about my joints
feel
hurt.
the difference, yeah.
Oh, my joints hurt, they ached, my legs were tired, like I felt kind of sick. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like back in the day, you could just smash whatever, get up, go hoop for 5 hours straight. I'm like, wow, my body's just not letting me do it. But man, I love pizza, man. I would eat like Connie's or Giordano's, a deep dish from Chicago would just be like the ultimate for me. Let's see. There's a lot of questions on here. Let's go to a quick, easy one. My man King Boogie 82 from Instagram said, has the vegan experience made you a better speaker than you already are?
Worse. You know what I'm saying? Worse. You know what I'm saying?
And he used to look forward to eating. He used to not eat before he spoke. So now that he's not eating like that.
After.
I gotta keep, like, for real, what kills me about the podcast is maybe y'all don't listen to all of them, or maybe it's your first one, so you just start listening to it. I promise you, I told y'all a million times, I'm waiting for the doctor to tell me that chicken is gonna heal my wife's brain. Fried chicken specifically, or barbecue chicken, like Carl said. We just found out that a large portion of barbecue chicken will release the legions, bro. I told you, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this because of health reasons. Like, I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not into that. Like I got a low self-esteem, so I don't mind being fat. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't my thing. Bro, I've been married 28 years. Like my girl ain't on like I want you to be muscle bound. You know what I'm saying? Because then if I get muscle bound, she's gonna have to probably get muscle bound. So we definitely trying to not hold each other accountable on no health tip. You know what I'm saying? This is strictly my wife has a chronic illness. You know what I'm saying? And we about to hit 50 soon, and you just gotta. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, be right. And I'll be real with my girl, I wouldn't even mind her cheating cause she always be talking about, I'm gonna get some Popeyes for this, and I'm gonna get Popeyes, she don't. But the only reason why I don't do the fried chicken, boy, is because I'm not that disciplined. I either do it or I don't. Like I can't eat chicken once a quarter or once a month. I start eating that joint, I'm about to smash. So this ain't, I told you before, I know somebody gonna get mad. I want cows to roam the earth, and I don't think chicken should be slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that, bro. I'm on, my wife has a chronic illness, and we're just trying to do as much as we possibly can. She don't like to work out. So it's like, okay, well, you're not gonna work out, so what can we do? It's like, okay, medication has its, you know, its effects, so let's try to, you know, as much as we can, be disciplined on the diet side. But I swear, if my girl would run a marathon, we'd be eating different if she would run a marathon. She just don't like to work out. So it's like, you can't not work out and eat carbs. You can't do both. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a foodie, y'all. What's my man's name, y'all? I didn't see the Eddie Murphy boy. I didn't see it, but I seen like previous. Mr. Clamp, what's his name?
Professor Clumps.
Yeah, Professor Clumps, bro, that's me. I'm not Professor. What's the other one? Who is he when he's big?
Yeah, no, that's what you talking about. Yeah, Professor Clump.
Professor Clump. That's me,
Buddy
bro. The
Love was the
M&Ms in the
skinny
mouth
Buddy
with
Love,
the chicken
right, yeah.
and the ice cream. Bro, I would eat ice cream, cookies all day. It wouldn't be a cheat meal. I'd be doing it on a regular basis. And when I could in my 20s and 30s and not pick up weight, I did. So yeah,
Dr.
bro, I ain't on that. Yeah, I'm Dr. Clump, y'all. Not Dr. Thomas, Dr. Clump.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, there you have it. So eat vegan has made eat worse.
Worst experience of my life. Can't even sleep at night.
Real quick before we get out of here, let's see. We got St. Louis coming up on the 24th of June.
24th.
So make sure you get out if you're in that Midwest region. Everybody complains, say we don't come to the Midwest enough. We will be in the Midwest. So come join us out there in St. Louis, man. It's going to be, I'm sure, an incredible event. Yes, sir.
I didn't want to forget though. Yo, less than 6 days, Atlanta, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days. We are there. And matter of fact, I just did a commercial. Will, if you don't mind playing that commercial I did in Atlanta, I went specifically to Atlanta, hit the studios, only 120 spots. We got about 15, 20 left. Parents, it's not just basketball again. I told you this week we're gonna be working on their drive. We're gonna teach them the attitude of gratitude. Some of these kids are so ungrateful. We're gonna teach respect, right? And through the game, teamwork. We're gonna actually use basketball to show that a lot of the stuff you guys are doing in basketball that you may not even know you're doing, you gotta be respectful, you gotta play team, you gotta understand the boundaries, all of that. Parents, we're gonna be teaching all of this. You're gonna get an upgrade on your child. You know somebody in Atlanta with a teenage male, bring them to the event, and let's make it happen, y'all.
Yeah, and if for those of you who are in another state, and we've been getting a bunch of people saying, yo, I can't make it and I don't even have kids, but I wanna, support a kid. Email info@etinspires.com. Let our team know if you wanna sponsor one of these kids to get into the camp, man. It is, like E said, it's going to be a great event. But for those of you who are out of town and you've been hitting us up like, yo, I believe in the camp, I want to be a part, I want to sponsor a kid, email info@etinspires.com. Somebody on our staff will get back with you, and we will greatly appreciate that.
And shout out to those who already have, since the 20,
for sure,
since my man in Chicago hit us with the 20 spot, we've had people do 2 and 3, so for those of you out there who financially you're in a position to do it, please sponsor a child.
Yep. Other than that, we got anything else? Phenomenal Life Jamaica. I don't even know. That was going so fast. We might be on the short, but I think we still have a few left, right, Carl?
Yeah, it's still some out there. But y'all
cool.
Act fast, don't play it seriously.
Yeah.
Like pretty much the whole cruise, I'm saying the whole cruise that went this year, they already bought theirs for next year. So I'm talking about it's slim.
Yeah, so Phenomenal Life Jamaica, man, if you want to rock with us in Jamaica in February next year, man, and just have a great time with us. That I was, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of boats, but that cruise was an awesome time. And this time we're just going straight to the mainland, so I'm ready to get it. So PhenomenalLifeJamaica.com. I'm moving, y'all. This will be the last podcast that I do from this basement.
Crazy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is it. It's currently
What,
Tuesday.
you gonna have a studio in the new mansion?
Don't let him. He just rat roach infested.
This is a small, humble abode.
Yeah, a roach infested small apartment.
Welcome to my humble
Let him
abode.
tell it.
This is.
Can you take a picture of it and put it up online for us so we can determine if it's a humble abode? Please.
One
Nikki
bedroom, one bathroom.
Yeah.
So there will be no studio, Carl, unless you call it 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's a studio apartment.
I want to see this 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
It is a studio apartment. So, man, moving is crazy, though, for real, man. It is. It is like you just look around your house and you like, all of this gotta go.
All this stuff.
That little cord right there, that gotta go.
All of it.
It's like unbelievable. So let's this hopefully I won't be moving for quite some time. So it's cool though. I'm trying to get my son ready for the move. He came to me the other day. Trey, he's crazy. He came to me the other day, was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm ready to go to my new school, but I'm not super ready, but I am a little nervous, but not like that." I was like, okay, what is that? I was like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like you're ready to go. So he's, we got him over the fear of moving. He did not want to leave his house because he did not want anybody else to have his toys, but I assured him that the movers are going to pack his toys. So he's excited now. And man, we moving, man. Moving on down, y'all. So don't worry, I still don't have an insider. If you're listening to this podcast and you don't have an insider,
but he has movers though.
The movers. Yeah, I had to get movers now. Yeah, I got this podcast to do. I couldn't do the podcast and move. So next time you guys hear me, we'll have a new spot to set up shop. So. There's that, and then all right, man, give us the nugget of the day. Let us get to work, man.
Hey guys, listen to your boy E.T. Take your lickings in Game 7. Take your lickings, man. I know you're not used to failing. You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't comfortable. I know it hurt. But listen to me, it's gonna hurt either way. It's gonna hurt if you never make it to a Game 7. It's gonna hurt if you make it to a Game 7 and get blasted. So go take that test. You might fail it, but go take it, get that experience, right? For real, go start that business. You may not be as successful as you thought you were. It may hurt. Get started. Go ahead, walk into the pain. Go walk into it. Go walk into the agony. Come on, for real, go walk into the defeat. Act like it's a shower and just put that water all over you. Start rubbing it all over you. Just get the fear of losing out your system. Get the pain. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's going to always be painful, but at some point, at least you'll get accustomed to it. I remember when Dee Dee was putting those needles, those injections into her body. So she'd do left arm, stomach, right leg, left leg, right? And I'd be like, all right, Dee Dee, you've been doing it now for 6 months. How it feel? She said, it still hurt. I ain't going to lie to you, but I'm accustomed to it now. Like, the pain don't bother me. I don't dread it. You know what I'm saying? I understand that it's a part of the healing process, that I gotta do the injections. So take them, y'all. Take the pain. Take it. Go run toward it. It's gonna be good. You might as well get accustomed to it and get used to it, because if you think for 1 minute you blow up and you never go through nothing, you got it twisted. We go through as much pain and hurt and agony and defeat as everybody else on this earth. We've just decided we're not gonna run from it, we're gonna run to it. So it's your boy E.T. saying, take the lickings of Game 7 and keep on ticking.
Hey, appreciate that nugget of the day. Thank y'all for listening. Go leave us that review on iTunes. We love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.